What's up, world, and welcome back to the Global Frequency. I am Nefarious.
And I'm Frequency Girl.
And tonight we are joined by Phil Russertt from Philbo Entertainment, here to tell us all about his campaign Tragedy Number 3, currently crowdfunding on Kickstarter. What's up, Phil? Welcome to the show. How you doing, buddy?
Uh-oh. Hello?
Phil?
Everything was fine.
Good. Thanks for always having me on. And
yeah. Okay, there we go.
I'm here.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. We're roboting. We were having conversations backstage right before we went on. Okay, cool. Yay,
what's going on?
We're back, I think.
I'm not quite sure.
But
before we dive into the book,
I think there's a delay.
Let's try and figure that out. Are you we're streaming through me. Are you like on Restream, or are you streaming through your browser?
We're streaming. He's on with us.
Yeah, I know, but is he connecting through Restream? I don't know what's going on his end. Like, we went live and now everything's slowed down.
Yeah, he could just be
processor
internet issues. I don't know. But we can say hi to the chat.
Oh yeah, let's say hi to the chat. Sure. So we had D-Wag. He was with us first. What's up, D-Wag? First, we've got Sim Poitier, the Ink Slayer in the chat. We've got Salazar Art Nation with us. Long time no see, Frank. Thank you so much for tuning in.
He says,
Thank you.
He says that
you sent me
that cover pops. Phil, we're having a hard time hearing you. I think you're frozen. Maybe if you pop out and then pop back in.
I'm going to send you backstage. Why don't you disconnect and reconnect, okay? We've got Mo Biggs, and we've got Aerith Saga in the chat with us as well. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. So while Phil is speechless, rendered speechless by the sheer excitement of covering his third campaign on Kickstarter, Tragedy. It's kicking butt, guys. I mean, like, for real. Each time he launches a campaign over on Kickstarter, he kills it. He breaks that 5-figure mark, no problem. He's still got 10 days left. He's got over 200 backers. You know, it's a campaign that's shaping up really well. We're hopefully going to have him back with us momentarily. Wave backstage, Phil, if you can, if you're hearing us. We got Travis tuning in to say hi. Oh, Travis. Hi! I like you too. We like you too, Travis.
Like you too, Travis.
And we're going to add him back.
Hello?
I pushed the buttons. I pushed the buttons. You there?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yay!
It's all right. No worries.
We're good. So much better.
It's fine. Every show I do, and all of a sudden, the one show that wants to have me on, and boom.
That's always the way it happens.
Always got to be technical issues, to throw us a little bit of a monkey wrench or a curveball in the beginning, see if we're paying attention. It's always the way it goes. So last time,
Mo says Phil is a method creator. Even his internet connection is a
tragedy.
Very nice.
Sorry. Well done, Mo. Well done. So last time we had you here, Tragedy 2 had wrapped up on Kickstarter. It was making its way over to Indiegogo. Now, unlike other creators who just kind of like port their Kickstarters to Indiegogo once it wraps, you decided to run an actual campaign over there. What was behind that decision? And what did you offer on Indiegogo differently?
I think I got the gist of your question, but unfortunately my internet was kicking out. I usually do variant.
Uh-oh.
We're losing him again.
Whoopsie. Yeah. So are we gonna try popping?
I heard a word.
I did hear a single word.
One word.
One. What's up? We have Infinity Comics Drew Park in the chat.
at the place.
Did we
I'm
have fun at the
sorry, it
place?
kicked me
Yeah.
out again.
No worries.
We worked our butt off at the place, Ollie. It was
I was talking about like our.
I don't know. It's
So
where we were.
I
We
think
were
the last
out of
time
town.
he was in the chat, we were on location.
Yes, we
With
were on
Pizza
location
Nutty.
with Pizza Nutty. Yeah. That was a fun chat too.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hopefully we will have the situation worked out with Phil. Phil, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can see him. Yes, I can see you moving your head. So I was asking last time you were here, you had just wrapped up Tragedy 2 on Kickstarter and were running a new campaign on Indiegogo, which generally creators port the campaign over once it's finished so that they bring the total with them and the total number of backers and everything. But you ran an entirely separate campaign. What was behind that decision?
Well, I like to spotlight artists and work with artists, and we're all just trying to get out there and get exposure and live our dreams. So I try to do different artist variants and things like that to get them out there. They help me, of course, giving me beautiful covers and just change things up. Plus on a marketing level, maybe somebody who backed the Kickstarter sees a cover, they do like a new cover, they do like an Indiegogo, and they back it. It's good for the artist, it's good for me, it's good for everybody.
So you offered a new variant covers in addition to the variant covers you already had on Kickstarter. That's a lot of covers, my guy.
That's a lot of covers.
Yeah, that's why we did a book of covers for the first two campaigns. Hey, Pete. It is like 40 covers between the first two campaigns. The Indiegogo and Kickstarter, so it's 4 campaigns. And I didn't want to milk everybody to try to buy the same issue 5-10 times. So I did a book of covers that way if you liked a lot of the art, you didn't have to buy the same book over and over.
I mean, that's a really smart idea, doing an art book. You can do all the covers, you can do concept arts, you can do sketches, anything that, would be interesting to look at, you can throw in there and do like a progression. I think that's a really good idea. We're probably stealing it for an upcoming campaign.
Go for it. Yeah, I didn't originate it. I'm sure somebody else did it before me.
Mo Big says, no matter your taste, Phil has you covered.
And it's a good point because he's got some really notable names on those covers.
Oh, yeah.
Like there have been like gem covers on issues 1 and issues 2. Like you could tell which cover was the prize, and I always go for that regardless, like I'm a sucker for that one special variant.
Although last time we got extra covers because we could not agree on which one we thought was the prize. So we had 2 different favorite ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you always have me in a show. Just tell me and I'll send it to you as a gift.
Well, I mean, we have to back it though. Yeah. That's the whole point, is to show our support and
you do by
financially get behind the creator and get him some backers and some cash and do what we do. For those of you who don't know, Phil runs CreatorCon, which was formerly Suffolk County Comic-Con and Art Expo. And he's drawn a number of familiar names in the past, including Jim Steranko, Adam Kubert, Art T. Bear. And you've had a fantastic lineup of artists in the past, including Chris Sotomayor, Peter David, Scott Lodell, Keith Williams, Billy Tucci, Mark Morales, and Mike Lilly. Now that the pandemic restrictions have eased somewhat, are you going to be planning another CreatorCon anytime soon?
He's
thinking.
Contemplating.
He's thinking. Yeah.
It's a mystery. Big Straight returning to a comedy of errors.
I heard you like covers, so I out covers on covers inside of covers. Oh, so I put covers on covers inside of covers.
Maybe? Nope. I'm.
Can you see me? Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
I'm
Mo
sorry.
says since ARO probably won't have a cover, they might cash in with a book of covers called ARO Undercover, which also won't have a cover except for the inside where it counts. I think this is revolutionary comics making, marketing, intellect at work here. Sorry, Phil. We were talking about CreatorCon. Are you going to have another one before they shut us down with monkeypox?
Yeah. I'm going to have another one. It'll be a 2-day show. And honestly, the Artist Alley is going to be insane. But I'm waiting for a couple of reasons. One, crowds are still not totally comfortable coming out. Two, they are, but they're not spending as much money. And I want to put all the vendors at my show in a winning position. I don't want to just throw a show so I can make money at the door. I want all the vendors to be successful. I mean, they're trusting me to put them in a winning position. So I'm going to wait for the right time. Also, I don't really trust New York government to throw a mandate out the day before. I mean, they keep flip-flopping. And that's a lot of money for me to invest and a lot of time for it to be debunked, destroyed or derailed or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to be patient on this one. But when it comes back, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be 2 days, and we're going to have, the David Finches of the world and people like that there. So I believe in do it 1,000% or don't do it at all.
And looking at your page, which is linked in the
Do you want to share the screen?
I was just saying, right now you have it live where you can click to apply, which hadn't been on there for a while. But I saw that
I haven't even gone near that site in 2 years.
Oh, well, that's new. I was gonna say your tables are really reasonable. Are you gonna stay within that range? Because it's $150 for Artist Alley and $250 for an exhibitor.
That's
which
incredibly
is
reasonable. I'd take it.
So that's such a great deal.
Yeah. Pete says Phil's shows are fantastic. I don't belong in his Artist Alley, but he still has me. And with a table price of $150, he'll have everybody. Everybody.
Well, I mean, again, it all depends on. I'm gonna have to find a new venue and what my overhead is. But I don't try to milk the vendor to make my money. If they cover 75% of my expenses at least, then I'm in good shape. There's no need, like I said, I want to put you in a winning position. There's no need to make you spend a ton on a table, because that just makes it harder for you, especially if you're coming from out of town. You got to get a hotel, you got to travel. There's so many more expenses as a vendor than just a table. So I try to make it reasonable as best as possible. And artists will sit. I mean, you could be sitting next to Adam Kubert. If I mix everybody in the Artist Alley. There's no small press, and then I don't believe in that. The only difference between an Adam Kubert and maybe a Pete Vasquez is one got their break and one didn't yet. So
when I get my table, can I pick who I want to be next to?
It's funny that you asked that. People do that, and I put them, and I do that as long as I can. I do. Like I have,
awesome.
I have a friend who loves Mike Hawthorne, and he was at the last show, and he's like, "Can I sit next to him?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And now they're friends who talk on Facebook. So it's a way to network.
That's
you
awesome.
never know. You never know.
All right, you got to do this thing. You got to bring it back. You got to. I got to ask you too. You've said this twice now. You don't want to milk your consumer by doing the same book, multiple times. You want to give people an option of covers so that they can pick their one or two that they love the most. And you don't want to milk the vendors signing up for CreatorCon. Do you milk anyone or anything?
I try not to. I mean, obviously I have to survive as a business. So sometimes you have to charge more than you like to. If I could, I'd give everybody a free table, but I just can't. I just believe my favorite saying in the world is be the change you wish to see in the world. And the only way I can do that is by trying to treat people with the same love and respect I would want. And just acknowledge that we're all struggling and trying to make it out there. All of us, So, I mean, there's no reason why we can't, instead of you focusing on your house, I'm focusing on my house, and we think we're going to build a city that way. Why can't we just all work together and build a city?
I'm perfect agreement. In fact, my favorite saying is, why buy milk when you can get the cow for free? Right? That's the way that works. So Aaron said, you write it and I'll do it live.
That was in response
to Mo Biggs earlier.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Eric, we've already covered this. Mo will write ARO once the comic is fulfilled. So we have to wait for, RJ or whoever is handling fulfillment to get us that comic before Mo is going to write it. I mean, why would you write a comic if, people aren't going to be getting it already? So we'll see what happens there.
I had to say, what is up, Total Excellence?
What is up, Ictus? Mo says, I sense intolerance coming from Phil. Lactose intolerance. Once again, just scorchers today.
I am actually.
Do you want to? You click. Go on. You clicked it. You say it. No. You
just don't want to try and.
You clicked it. You clicked it. You
I,
say it.
Now
I'm assuming it's less.
Lascivious. Let's
do this. It's let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Pretty soon he'll need milk of a goat if he loses a bet. We're going to get to that later. I was actually a setup for that. Like, oh, so you don't have any milk, and we'll come back to the 15,000 stretch goal, but we might as well do it now. You do have a number of stretch goals on your campaign, but I notice you don't really give a financial breakdown or a total where each one is going to unlock, do you?
Yeah, I do on the campaign.
Since the last one I saw?
It's just the two that are unlocked. They don't know what they
Gotcha.
are.
And we don't know where the other ones are going to unlock. Is there?
Because I don't expect to get past 12.
Is there a secret $15,000 stretch goal?
No, but honestly, I have so much art and other things that it would be easy to fill in. By the way, I just want to give credit to Let's Do This. He does all the trailers on all my campaigns. And he's just been
that's awesome.
He does a lot of the promotional all the promotional graphics that I post. He's the only reason why I look like I have any semblance of knowing what I'm doing. So I just want to say thank you to him.
Good shout out. And if his name was French and we were saying it appropriate, it would be Le Dude, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Kind of.
A
little bit.
Le Dude.
Welcome.
But without any milk, I mean, if you get to 15K, you might have all those problems solved because you're going to have to buy your wife a baby goat.
Yes. My wife has wanted a goat for a long time, and I keep fending it off.
So you want one of these? Just so you know, you're gonna have one of these, right?
Yeah, she actually wants more than one, but I told her. That's what I'm
ready for that?
If I get a goat.
You ready for that, Phil? Every morning, every hour of every day, just screaming.
Yeah, I told her at the beginning, I was like, if we make 15,000, figuring we never will, I'll get you a goat. And she's like, I'll hold you to that. And we started off very strong and we were going very fast. And I was like, oh crap, I might have to get a goat. We've hit the lull. So I'm pretty confident I'm not going to hit 15 grand. But we are doing fantastic. Thanks to everybody who has supported.
Yeah, you regularly, I was saying earlier, you regularly and repeatedly have broken 10K on your Kickstarter. Each time out, Tragedies 1, 2, and 3 all broke 10K, which is really good considering it's a 30-day campaign and it's Kickstarter. And I know plenty of creators who would be very happy to break 10K, and you've done the hat trick so far. It's a shame that you're not confident you're going to get to 15K because I would love to see your wife get a baby goat, but mostly I would just love to hear stories about Phil having to deal with a baby goat.
And I think
great.
Neff wants you to get it so you could secretly get sick of it and then give it to him.
Want a baby goat. Mo says calcium deficiency is a real tragedy. Arrogant Ape is with us now. He said, I saw a Twitter post telling me to say hi, so I came by and said hi. Hi, Ape. Good to have you here. Thank you so much. We also had Hicks filter in earlier. I don't know if you said anything.
Yeah, I said
what's
it
up,
like
Hicks?
in the background. I said, hey.
Glad to have you. And sorry, moving on then.
Wait, I missed this comment. Hold on.
What? There was a
funny.
comment?
Yes, from Mobigs. Those goals are going to get stretched like others.
Oh, but did you know I found out today that goats only have 2 nipples on their udders. So when they have like litters or whatever goats have, if they're considered litters of 3 or anything above 2, the baby goats have to take turns, and it can be very dangerous. So that's why they give away some of the babies for adoption and stuff. I wasn't at all researching how to get a baby goat
one
today.
Day and there's gonna be a baby goat.
Not something I was doing, waiting for the show. No, not at all. Oh yeah, we had Buddy Lord come in earlier. What's up, Buddy? Thank you so much for showing up.
Hi,
And
hi,
Rick
buddy.
Sailor. Rick Sailor here with Mo Biggs, smoking crack in the chat. Day bow. I almost wore my bow shirt today, but I decided against it. I felt like ramen instead.
Because you're hungry. I haven't fed you yet.
You have not fed me yet, and I don't know how to feed myself. So we
Also
should
true.
get back to the interview. He's actually here and can
I know.
talk
I
to
can
us.
talk to us now. Sorry.
So on the topic of CreatorCon, you run an art rep agency called Legendary Illustrations, right? You want to tell us about that and why artists should have an art rep?
All right. First, I have the great privilege of representing many artists, a letterer, a whole team that can, a colorist, that can, inkers that can do a book. I'm the kind of person that when I don't like the way something's being done, I don't complain. I just do it myself the way I think it should be done, whether it's a convention, comic book, or art repping. Why should an artist have an art rep? They shouldn't. They should learn how to do the business themselves. Why do they have an art rep? Because they just want to draw, most of them, and they don't want the business side. That's why they became artists, to create, not crunch numbers. And I respect that. But I handle the business. I keep an eye on the market, what values art, so they don't undersell themselves. Am I there? I kicked out for a second.
You're back. You're back though.
So I try to help them with the business aspect, get exposure, get them jobs, get commissions. I do all the stuff that they really don't want to do because they want to draw, and that's pretty much it. And I have a great group of people that they're not just artists; they're friends.
That's awesome.
Mo and I are arguing about baby goats in the chat. Yes, that's true. That is what is currently happening. Mo was making fun of me wanting to raise a baby goat during a formula shortage. I was going to bottle feed a baby goat.
But you feed them goat milk.
That's what I said. And Mo Biggs said they're called kids for a reason. They drink the same formula. And I was, I was combating misinformation. I could work for the president. Have you learned nothing from the example of Phil? I am become Phil Robot. I don't. No, because he keeps kicking out. That's funny. All right, so let's change topics. Tell me about Tragedy. Who is she? What is she? What obstacles has she faced? What obstacles is she going to have to overcome? And what are the stakes? Give me the pitch, man.
Well, first of all, the overall tone of the story is if you took the Boondock Saints and Big Trouble,
you made him an Irish girl.
Yes. It's the tip of the iceberg on what the story is about. But basically, I've never met a woman that knew how beautiful and intelligent and strong and capable she was. And, this is an example of that. But she's more than that. She's all of us. She's struggling with a life that she doesn't find any contentment or fulfillment with, while facing adversaries, actual physical adversaries, other mobs and metahumans and killer cyborgs and all the superhero stuff that goes on. She's also dealing with her own inner demons, her struggles, her insecurities, her facing a life she doesn't want and not thinking or knowing how to get the life she wants if she even deserves it. How many of us are battling these issues or relationship issues? She's seeking the approval of an adoptive father who's a sociopath who's just using her, and she knows that what he's doing, but yet she can't help herself from wanting and needing his love and respect. And the more she does that, the less she likes herself. And it's this vicious cycle, as many of us have experienced in relationships before, so she's facing all this inner turmoil while fighting these, extraordinary situations, thugs with guns and cyborgs and super strong metahumans and the Breath of the Dragon. If you read the first issue,
we met, last issue, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the first issue, the ending surprised the hell of a lot of people. So, which, by the way, I want to tell you, I remastered the first issue because I felt things could have been better. I'd be happy to send you as a gift for having me on the remastered if you want to see it and compare it to the old one.
I'd love to see the remastered. Yeah, I would very much love to see it.
With the second book. The colors are by Chris Sotomayor and stuff like that. So, and we redrew a third of the book.
Wow. You really did remaster. It's almost like a whole new book.
Well, I was
Hockey,
new when I got in, and we want to try to make it more where we're at now.
yeah, I mean, as a new creator, we always want to like put the best art forward, and we start with art that we we can get that is good, sufficient, and sometimes the artist improves as they go, and you want to remaster. It's actually a very common thing that I've encountered a lot of creators in crowdfunding doing remasters on their third issue. Sometimes people are like, wait for it, give it a little bit more, but hey, I understand wanting to just kind of like establish the brand and move forward with that, like doing your first issue. It doesn't quite meet your expectations or isn't up to snuff where you want it to be. Your second issue lands, you do the third issue and you remaster the first issue. I get it. It's something I've seen done several times before. Unfortunately, we do have a tragedy on our hands, a real tragedy. Hockey has lost his hat.
Oh no!
This is unacceptable. Hockey, like that, the bow tie and the hat are like part of Hockey's personality.
Yeah.
We need to get him his hat back. I'm sure he still has the bow tie.
Vic says Hockey without his hat is like Phil holding a bucket of warm, fresh milk.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. Did I take it off?
Yeah, you took it off. So there we go.
I was going to say Hockey's lost without his hat. Here's the comment that you were reading. Do you want to read the comment now? Please go ahead and read the comment.
You ruined it, but sure. Hockey without his hat is like Phil holding a bucket of warm, fresh, unpasteurized milk. Something has truly gone amiss.
Or awry, or in the rye. I'm not sure I'd recognize Hockey without his hat. I feel the same way after seeing him on our stream many times.
He has come on once or twice without his hat, but it just was not.
And it was still surprising. Why are the heaters on?
Because it is cold down here.
It's like 70 degrees outside.
It was probably even more than that, but in the basement it was about 50.
We're
40
dying.
something.
I'm dying here now, and poor Hockey is freezing without his hat.
Well,
this is all sorts of wrong.
Heater. I don't know. Or Hockey come to our basement.
I'm hey, sure what's up, Raiden Radio? Congrats on the success of New Orleans. Thank you for being with us tonight. So, you were telling us more about tragedy. What are the stakes this time out in this particular issue number 3? Can you tell us more about that? What's she up against this time, and what happens if she fails?
Well, I mean, the trailer kind of shows a spoiler what happens in the end of book 1, so I guess I could say it because at this point we're at issue 3 and I have to start talking about it, right?
Yeah.
She faces the Breath of the Dragon, who you find out some things in book 2 about an ability he has. She confronts him in the first book and she loses badly. She gets stabbed through the chest, thrown off a building, left for dead. Book 2, I kind of tease the reader. There's not it's here. Did you lose
a little bit distorted, a little bit robot-y, but we're hanging in there.
All right. The Breath of the Dragon wears his armor and he's a relentless fighter. He's on top of you all the time because of his ability. And his ability, I mean, he's a great fighter, is he can read your future 3 to 5 seconds. So he knows what you're going to do before you do it, as long as he's in proximity of you. So you can't tag him. You can't beat him. So she's left for dead. Book 3 shows the aftermath of what happened in book 1. She's in the alleyway and she's left for dead, and she opens her eyes. And it's going to show you why she's still alive, how she's still alive, and her adjusting to what happened. But there's a lot of subplots going on. Her adoptive father is not what he seems. I mean, he's a sociopath, but he's responsible for some things that are not going to make her happy when she finds out. We find out a connection between her and the Breath of the Dragon. She meets a character named Mike, who is going to be a consistent character in the book, who is basically there to show her the life that she never thought she could have, and she struggles with that.
He's getting her over the hump then, What? Mike. What day is it, Mike? It's Monday today.
Yes,
joke doesn't work. But
no, that's yes.
Everyone loves Mike, right? Everyone's got a Mike in their life that helps them out. And, gets them through the tough times. I'm sorry, I had to. The joke was just priceless, at least to me.
I
It's my show, so I
apologize
make
to
jokes.
everyone watching. And to Phil.
Hey, what's up,
But
Boob Dan? Thank you so much for tuning in. Glad to have you here. We also have Dojo Kun Comics joining us, and unfortunately, Danny.
Dojo.
Oh,
F Danny.
no.
You've got a Danny.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
300 free American online hours.
Ironically, Phil
Oh,
seems to be
man.
milking those 300 free America online hours.
I remember that from the 90s. Yeah, wow.
Here's
Dude,
the
Mo,
funny thing.
Mo is
We-
showing
we-
his age a little bit with that reference,
No,
right?
Mo is
No.
the entity. He
Once-
knows
I-
all. He does not have to
Everyone's
have
still
been
trying to
alive
figure
for it.
out whether or not Mo Biggs is a person or a supercomputer or just the internet itself.
Oh, yay. Dan Flegel says, I'm a
Yes.
tragedy backer. Great,
Great
stuff, friends.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
I like-
much. Thank you.
I like Dan's book. I like Phil too, but I like Dan.
I like
Glad you're here with us.
both
We got
of them,
Sumo
and
Thori with
back
us
both
also.
of their books.
I don't know if Sumo snuck in earlier, but
Yeah,
glad to
I
have
said
you.
hi,
I didn't
like,
say hi though. It's my,
quietly.
like I said, it's my show. I should say hi. And yes, I said hi to Dojo Kun. And of course, there's a Danny.
Making fun of Mo. That is not allowed, Danny.
No, I think I mean
That
Mo
is-
has a wrench. You know, Mo can do what Mo wants.
Yes.
Anyway,
My cable, we got rid of the cable but kept the Wi-Fi, and all of a sudden we have bad Wi-Fi. Wonder why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the cable company gets spiteful.
I'm
Well, that
serious. It's
particular
ridiculous.
cable
And
company,
what
yeah.
we're paying for, they say we're at a higher speed, and when I went and checked it, it's not. So we're
Just
dumping
steal
them.
it from your neighbor.
Yeah.
Stealing? That's bad.
Danny buys soy milk from 7-Eleven and always leaves a penny in the tray. Oof. So, last time, and throughout the series so far, you were working with Ricardo Silva from Witchblade and She Fame. What's it like working with Ricardo?
Phenomenal. He's a wonderful human being. He's like family now over in Brazil. He communication is great, and he's just a phenomenal talent, no ego, and we both work well together. If he has a suggestion on the art side of things, it always makes sense, and I defer to him, and vice versa with the script. And honestly, I wouldn't want to work with anybody else on a book. He's just awesome. And yes, I'm going to go to Indiegogo after the Kickstarter with Tragedy 3.
So right now it's on Kickstarter, but then it will be on.
And this time I think you should port it because you'll keep your total and your backer count and people will see it and go, oh, okay, this is a successful campaign from Kickstarter. Ported over here. We can jump on board because
I have
we
someone
can
that
see
does
that,
it for me, and I thought they
dude,
were
just
porting
increase the backer. Say that the stretch goals are collaborative, and this way we can get that baby goat. That's all I'm saying. Port the campaign over so the campaign still the total builds, and we'll get you to 15, and we'll get that goat, man. We'll get that goat. I'm telling you. Any plans to visit Brazil?
Yeah, maybe next year.
Ricardo Silva. Sorry, I was stuck on the goat. I'm like, what do goats have to do with Brazil? Sorry.
I actually am going there. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm going there.
Ricardo was supposed to come here for New York Con, but he couldn't. So.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But like New York Con, that's a thing, right?
Phil had a table at New York City.
How was that? How was New York City Comic Con?
It wasn't a usual one. There were a lot of first timers because of all the big publishers weren't there. I don't think a lot of the art and comic collectors were there, but still, just the sheer volume of people, I sold a lot. A lot.
Selling a lot is always good.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience. I hope to be back there. I haven't heard back from them yet. We'll see. I will be at Baltimore Con too, as well. I'm going to be at Heroes Con, Terrific Con. I'm going to be all over the place. So, and I
we'll
might
see
have
you
a
at
really...
Terrific Con, I think, right?
Yeah, if our books come in.
If our books come in, yeah. If our books come
Everything
in.
right now is on hold.
I'm leaving for Phoenix tomorrow. I'm going to be at Phoenix Con next weekend, and I'm going to have a Marat Michaels Do You Poo variant along with Marat Michaels cover. So it's going to be two connecting covers of Marat Michaels Do You Poo and my book.
That is
And I
really
might
cool.
have a
So
really
cool.
cool exclusive for CreatorCon.
So you might want to go visit, Ricardo, because in Brazil they have a goat population
Yeah.
of over 11.3 million, which is the largest in the last decade. They are literally bursting at the seams with goats. So it might be a good opportunity for you to go and snatch that baby goat to bring home. I'm just saying, man. Like
I'll
there's
put it
all
in my
sorts of
duffel bag on the way
possibilities,
back.
right?
Great. Carry
He's a
on.
little
Yeah,
stuck on.
screaming in the duffel bag. Did you see that? That would be great.
I'll just
Love
tell
it.
him it's my safe space goat.
Right? You could have an emotional
My
support
emotional
goat.
support goat.
Put a little vest on it. I'd be priceless. Honestly, you would get through no problem with that. You could probably
Yeah,
even
really.
smuggle drugs in that goat. No one would be the
Yeah.
wiser. Is Brazil after all? What were you going to say?
I say we want to say hi to Dean. Dojo says that he will back it on Indiegogo for
Thank
sure.
you.
It's a good book, man.
Mo Biggs wants to know if you've considered naming your baby goat after the true goat, Viper.
Viper. Oh man, that would be cool. You could name the goat Viper.
I was gonna say, Arrogant Ape
Give it
says,
some
a goat
chains.
named Viper.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dojo Kun says Blue Water International Comic Con, Port Huron, Michigan, November 19th, 2022. Are you going to that
I
con?
assume
Do you have
so.
a table at that con, Dojo?
Maybe we can.
Fill
I
us
don't know.
in.
It's
What
in
is
Michigan.
are you just letting us know that that's
A place to go.
happening?
It's the place to be.
Maybe you want Phil to go there.
And now you
I
see.
don't know. It's a mystery. We have Ollie in the chat.
Hey, Oliver from
Ollie.
656. What's up? Comics Way in the house.
By the
Mo
way,
said-
I forgot that I'm still in demand on Indiegogo for the second one.
Oh,
You should
I'm still
probably
getting
so
back
if
to
you
close,
haven't picked up
probably close
two,
that out, brah.
and if you
I know,
haven't
but I just
picked
got
up
it back
issues-
today. I just got it back
Probably
today.
because they want to get 1 and 2 before they read 3. See, what
Yeah.
will happen if you close that out is you'll just get more backers on Tragedy 1 through 3 when you port it over, and that
Well,
total
I
will just keep
forgot.
going
When I got
up.
the backer today, I was like, oh crap, I didn't shut that down.
Back of coppers. That's my kind of support animal, Billy the Kid. Nice. I like
I
that.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That pun.
He's so
Actually,
ashamed.
by the way, Billy Tucci is a good friend of mine. He did a sketch cover for this campaign, which I'm surprised is still there.
You could name the goat after Billy too.
You mean
Billy
Yeah.
Tucci. You could just name the Billy, you know.
Billy the goat?
Yeah.
Billy
If it was a
goat.
boy, it would make sense. Or you could just
I
name
feel
it
like he
Tucci.
probably wouldn't,
Uh,
yep.
yeah.
appreciate that. You mean this sketch cover right here?
Yes.
That one? That's the one.
That is by man Billy Tucci himself.
Hicks
Fellow
Villain
Islanders
says,
fan.
yeah, fellow Islanders fan, fellow Islanders tragedy survivor because they
yes,
fired
true.
Trotz. Man, we have lots of
But-
tragedies
but
to talk about.
They,
But one thing that is not a tragedy is Hicks Villain contributing to the Baby Goat Fund with the ketchup and number 3.
Oh,
Thank you so
thank
much,
you so
Hicks
much.
Villain.
Thank you.
Awesome to share your support. Thank you. We
I
really do
appreciate
appreciate it.
that.
I'm sure Phil
Until I get the
appreciates
goat.
it. The unknown baby goat, the uncrowned baby goat appreciate it, man. We got to make that happen.
We
I
do.
need to see
Neff
Phil
is
with a
like,
baby goat.
what
Like,
can I back?
That's
for
going to be
that on that
bittersweet.
one?
you're like 15K. That's what you should name the
Oh,
goat.
God.
Right?
Jojo says, I already have 1 and 2, and they are great. And he's going to be there. He's not at the convention he mentioned before. And he's hoping that others, like Phil and everyone else in the chat, will be there too. But he's not sure if he's a visitor or a vendor.
That was a very good recap. Thank you.
It was. You're
Very.
welcome.
So, no plans to change the artist, obviously, but the rest of the cast on the comic or the team has changed. Who is currently lettering and editing Tragedy?
Well, we have the same letterer, Jason Meadows, who just keeps getting better and better, and he's another one who's amazing to work with. We changed our colorist to Chris Sotomayor for book 2, and he's of course on with us for book 3, and hope as far as I know, continuing forward. Editing, my wife assists with edits because to self-edit, I can edit a book, but when it's your own, it's not a good idea, So my wife edits it, and she's not afraid to tell me that didn't work, this doesn't work, that doesn't make sense, and she's got a great eye for it. So she's helping with the editing.
And she's
But other
also a
than
bit of
that-
an artist herself as well, right? So she, you know,
Oh, she's
Yeah,
good.
I recall her doing
Yeah.
stuff.
She doesn't think she is, but she's very good. She's very talented. I married up. She looks like a supermodel. She's intelligent. She's hardworking. She's artistic. Not autistic, artistic.
And she doesn't really know her own worth, right? It's almost like, there's some traits shared between the character.
Yeah.
And hopefully she's not an assassin. Phil, run, Phil.
I'm still alive and I have an insurance policy, so I seem to be doing all right.
Good.
all right, so you're okay.
Thank you so much for your backing, Higgs Villain. I appreciate it.
So I've asked you this before. You maintain an active social media presence. You have a YouTube channel, a Facebook group. You organize comic conventions. Everybody knows who you are. Why crowdfunding? Why not self-publish or sell directly? I mean, literally through the website.
It's funny that you asked that. Well, first, through a friend, I was able to submit straight to Jim Valentino and Image. And basically, I was turned down, and the reason was if it was the 90s, it would have been a no-brainer, but they don't want to do superhero books anymore, really. They're going away from superhero books. Then I went to Source Point Press, and they said they don't want ongoing series. And I just realized, you know what? I'm just doing it myself.
What about Zenoscope?
So,
what about Scout? What about all of those other
Wait,
little
Scout,
titles?
that's what he said,
No,
they don't want.
he said
Oh,
Source
Source
Point.
Point.
Source
I'm
Point.
sorry.
Source
Yeah,
Point does
I
graphic novels.
decided-
Source Point approached us.
I decided, those two rejections, I just think I'm supposed to do it myself. Instead of walking away with 10 to 15% of my own book. So I have a plan in place, and the ultimate goal is I will be Diamond distributing myself under Philbo Publishing.
Nice.
But I'm waiting because, as you all know, or if you've looked, when you have one title and you don't have other revenue streams, it's not likely you're going to make money. You will be getting out there, but you're going to have to take some major financial hits while you're getting out there. So I have plans in place using crowdfunding and going through Diamond at the same time to help a supplemental income to make sure that I can stay. Because even if I just break even, I have a day job. If I could just break even but get out there, I'll be fine. But my whole life has been do it yourself. Well, it's going to continue. I'm going to be my own publisher. I'm going to do it myself. And I'm a humble person, but I'm also confident in what I think I've got going on here and what I can do. And the people that I've surrounded myself with are amazing. So trust me when I tell you, tragedy is going to become very successful at some point. It may take 5 years, 10 years. I don't know, but I'm not going to stop until it does. And that's
we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you crowdfunding, and
I really like this sketch
and
cover.
have you around. So obviously, your decision to move into Diamond distributing yourself into stores is very exciting, especially for those of us in crowdfunding who are trying to chart our own course to get into stores. I don't know if it would be through Diamond, but there's always it's always good to have someone else figuring out how to do that thing and see if there's anything we can learn from them. So I, wish you Godspeed on that, man. It sounds like you have a plan. So it's exciting to see. So, why don't we take a look at the campaign, which you've been doing that, right? And you can tell us all about these covers. In particular, I want to talk about that Eric Nienaltowski conjoined cover that you're doing with Relentless Tin Soldier. Tell me about that.
All right. So, I don't want to get into politics, but let's just say that I probably align with the people in this group more than anything. But I'm not for tribalism though. And I feel that we need to start supporting creators. We're not supporting the platforms, we're supporting creators, and we need to remember that. So Nicholas is always on Indiegogo. I do both, but I'm stronger on Kickstarter. And we wanted to bridge the gap a little bit. Nicholas is a great guy. I like his book. I love a lot of people that are Indiegogo exclusive people, etc. And we wanted to promote each other's campaigns across the platforms. So we have a half a cover. This is my cover done by Eric Nienaltowski, who's a great guy. and a great artist.
Yeah,
I
he
love his
is.
book, Shadow
We are
Sentry is
huge
awesome.
fans of Eric.
Yeah.
Eric helped us
Yeah.
with the campaign on Mavericks.
Yep.
He helped us figure out and navigate the digital assets that we needed to crunch in
Taught
order
me
to
how to
make
Photoshop.
make the campaign page look good.
Yeah,
He
I
did
need
a
somebody to
print
teach me
for
that.
us. He's a stand-up guy all around.
Yeah.
He really is. He's
He's
a wonderful human being. I like him a lot, and he's a great artist. And his book is
And
awesome.
shout out to Shadow Sentry too.
Yeah.
His own
Yes.
Which is a
IP,
good book.
which is a good book.
And so Nicholas's cover is obviously the Relentless Tin Soldier, and mine is Tragedy. And we decided to do a fastball special because we're big X-Men fans. You know, when they were written right. So if you we have the Virgin version of the covers, or we have the trade dress, of course. But if you back his campaign and get his cover, you back my campaign and get mine. You put them together, they connect to make this one big fastball special. Thank you, Dojo. I appreciate that. And
so if we're
yeah.
on the subject, how did you and Nick like decide, like how did you meet Nick? Why the Relentless Tin Soldier? Like what's the relationship, the pre-existing relationship there? That's really what I'm like, curious about.
Nick came across me promoting Tragedy, and he was like, this looks really good. Are you going to go to Indiegogo? Because I want to support it and this and that. And he was supportive. And then he kind of found out the people that I know, and he would ask me lots of questions, and I've kind of become like the art pimp for him, sort of. And we just started talking. He's a great guy, and I don't like to do comparisons to characters, so I'm not going to, because I find that rude. But I really like his character's aesthetics and power set, and I was interested in it. And he had the Shelby Robertson cover that I love Shelby's work. Shelby's a friend of mine.
Yeah, Shelby's fantastic. Yep.
Yeah, and I love
Dojo loves Shelby too.
Yeah, Dojo got the Shelby cover I had. But so just common tastes, common likes, common interests. And then I approached him and I said, hey, why don't we do a crossover campaign where we have connecting covers? I don't remember if he thought of the fastball special or if I did. I don't remember, but I know that I came to him and said, let's do.
Well, it's Colossus Wolverine, so it's it makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't remember who if he came up with it or not. But I just remember I pitched it to him. He's like, yeah, let's do it. Unfortunately, there's a legendary artist that I get covers with. He doesn't really do covers unless you're someone he's really cool with. So he was reluctant to do the 2 connecting covers, so we couldn't get him. But we were like, you know what? Eric has got that 90s feel. Eric is just phenomenal. Let's do it, Thank you, Greg. I'll pay you later.
Greg is here saying Tragedy is a fantastic book.
It is.
Greg's been a big supporter.
I'm in agreement. I'm saying there are a lot of tragedies out there in the world. This book is now one of them.
Tragedy in name only.
Yeah, definitely in name only.
We got to get the Bee Gees song on.
Tragedy in name only.
I know. So, did you have I don't know how involved you've been with the art over on Relentless Tin Soldier, because you said you were kind of the art pimp, so to speak. You need a hat and a big ring and a cane and a big coat with a collar made of fur. But I'm joking around. I'm asking. There is a Alan Goldman commission that was done over on that campaign and sold, that was inked by Peter, I believe.
Yes.
How did that come to be? And did you have anything to do with that behind the scenes?
Well, I represent Peter. I also represented another artist that I got the cover for. Unfortunately, that artist screwed me over, so we won't discuss him. But so yeah, Peter Palmiotti, I represent. He's a great guy. Obviously, DC inker, and he's done Marvel work, and
he's done Java, which is more important than any of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Java.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He did the series, the series Java, which it's more important than any of the Marvel and DC work he's ever done. It's his best work.
I don't know the series. It must be related to you.
No, not at all. No, it's actually like just an indie.
We have Peter's inks.
It's around here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we also have Peter's inks hanging up.
Yeah,
we love Peter
things, but
here.
I'm not going to play with our stuff. I want to keep talking.
We have one of them hanging up. That's what I was pointing to it.
Wait, it's supposed to be hanging up his inks. But yes, so you did have something to do with it.
Yeah, a little.
In a way.
Doing my job as an art rep.
Yeah, I mean, you do a good job at that too. So then, yeah, tell me about the stretch goals. We talked about, well, we didn't really talk about the covers. Do you want to like walk us through the covers real quick? Oh, I did want to ask you about the mystery box too.
Did you have an extra cup of coffee today?
It's this liquid death.
There's no caffeine in that.
I have not seen a lot of people do a mystery box. I mean, it was just scrolling past the thing, so it's all the
very ATD butterfly today. I love you.
So you did a mystery box for $60. It's not something I've seen a lot of people do, and it just freaking sold out. People were all about this grab bag. So tell me about why you decided to do it, how you set it up, and why you think it was such a successful tier.
I can't take credit for it, honestly. It was somebody else who came up with doing it, and it shocked me how fast it sold. People like mystery boxes. They like to be surprised and have fun. And I think what attributed to the success of it was that every cover is really good. So people feel like they can't miss. There's not going to be a risk of getting crap, and that's a credit to all the artists that I have the great pleasure of working with. So the person that came, there's a reason why I can't tell you who came up with it. I don't want to get them the target of somebody else. But anyway, so they came up with the idea of the mystery box. They put it on there, and it went fast. And they also came up with the Mike DeBalfo cover, making it the ice blue foil. And the only way you could get foil was
very gorgeous
mystery box. So there's only going to be the 25 for the mystery box, and I think that's a large contributor to why it went so fast. So
people like pretty girls and swords, man.
Yeah, and that is my favorite cover from this run. Run. It is
very good.
Mike
and
like I said, draws women amazingly.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't seen a grab bag box like that, a mystery box before, and I think that was a really cool idea. So tell us then, since we already started talking about the covers, we talked about the best cover. Tell us about the other covers. They're good. They're just not quite that ice blue hollow foil gorgeousness.
Sorry, I went back too far.
We have some original art that are still available too, by the way. The cover, normally Ricardo does a studio cover, but he's already on book 4. So Kevin Stewart, who's an artist I have the privilege of representing, and Mato Zapata, who did the colors I represent, they did this cover, Kevin's lines, pencils and inks, and Mato's colors. Mato added the spotlight effect, which I thought was awesome. That's the studio cover. That's the main cover. So that's what you get with them, and I love working with these guys.
Dojo wants to know: are all of these covers going to be on the Indiegogo campaign as well, or will some be Kickstarter exclusives?
This is why I'm saying just port the campaign over and ask us directly this time to walk you through it, so that these covers can be available to these backers who want it, and you can get a go. Everybody wins.
The other campaigns had all the covers go over as well. I just added a few. So yeah, all of these covers will go to Indiegogo, and I might add 1 or 2 that would be exclusive to Indiegogo. I'm not sure yet. The truth is, the more money I make, the more I want to pour it back into the fans, because I know you're all working jobs. Some of you working jobs you don't like. You may not be making as much money as you'd like, and I'm asking you to trust me and invest in me. So the least I could do is invest back. So I like to give stretch goals out. I don't wait until I hit goal to give stretch goals out. I start them right away. I want you to get free stuff. And yes, I want all these covers available to everyone, and then some. So if we're doing very well, if we do even better, I may try to get another big name cover exclusive to Indiegogo, and go from there for people to support. But yes, all the covers will go there.
Okay, cool. Including this one, the Mike DeBelfo one, that is my favorite. I do love the colors on it as well. I think they complement each other very well.
Well, it's funny
as
you say
well.
that because
Same
Mike
brow.
doesn't like inks, and you have to be a soft colorist. Like he usually uses Ula Moss, who's amazing, but
Mhm.
Ula was busy. So someone said, "Hey, check out this guy February Ferdian." So I did, and I was like, you know what, this guy's got a soft touch. So I do paid samples. I don't like when people say do a free sample. You get paid for your work. So I told him, I said, look, it's a paid sample, but you're not guaranteed the job unless the sample, wins me over. And it's got to win Mike over too, because I respect artists and I want Mike to agree on the coloring because it's Mike's work. So sure enough, February knocked it out of the park. It was perfect, and Mike loved it, and we went with him. You got it.
Yeah, I think they're gorgeous, and like I said, I think it complements Mike's lines really, really well.
Definitely.
I'm a fan.
I like this one. I also like the Nino Towski cover.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get the connecting one with Relentless Tin Soldier, I think it's still an excellent cover.
Yeah.
And you probably wouldn't be like bad off getting the other half just to get it, right?
Yeah, but support Nicholas, please. That one, he's a Russian artist that goes by what's his name on Souljacker on Instagram, and he's a great artist from Russia. And Scott inks for me plenty of times, so he inked this, and we got Alex Sinclair who colors for me a lot. Well, not a lot, but he's done covers for me. He colored this, and he did an amazing job. I love this cover. I don't think it gets enough love. And in foil,
No,
I
I
think
think
it'll
it's
look killer.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'll be a great foil cover.
Is that
Hey Armin. Yeah. And you snuck in.
What's going on,
Says,
bud?
I met Phil 2 weeks. I met Phil. I can't speak today. 2 weeks ago at CreatorCon. Good dude.
He
Phil
is indeed a good dude. He's good people. So
I'm
tell us,
loving- oh no.
tell us more.
CreatorCon. I hope there was
Who's on what cover? Personally, I still love the Steph Wilson cover because Steph has got a great, sense of style.
Listen,
and
Steph
her stuff's
Wilson
really cute.
he has a unique style, but you know what?
His stuff.
It's
Jeez.
fun. It's fun. And
I'm looking at the cover, and it's this cute girl. So of course, just derp.
Yeah, I asked him to tone it down, of course, because she's not about. I have nothing against, sexy women, but my character isn't about that, so we keep her modest.
Steph could do a great sticker too. I think the character, I know in profile, I think if you did more of like a dead on a face shot, I think Steph would make a great sticker for the campaign. You could do a nice sticker. I'm gonna shut up.
You can.
Are you looking to say goodnight? So come on. Excuse me 1 second. Come here.
Yep, no worries. I was talking to Mo Biggs. Mo said, CreatorCon. I hope there wasn't a Goofanoid booth.
Oof. Ouch.
Low frequency, check Twitter for your goat.
Oh, Hockey drew a goat. Did Hockey draw a goat for me?
You have a goat now? Is there a goat
He may
for
have
us?
checked. Did he tag
I'm
us in the
excited
goat?
now.
He
What's
might
happening
have.
with goats?
Oh my God!
Yes!
It's a goat!
Oh,
Look at the goat.
it's so cute! Wait,
Hold on.
you have to share it.
You share the screen.
You have
Fine,
it
I'll share
up.
the screen. I don't know how to share screen.
Oh, geez.
By the way, I do have to say,
Fine, I got it.
Of all the shows that I do, you guys, I always get backers from your show. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. But I mean, we're here because we have a good time, and we do have a great chat, very supportive chat.
Nice job.
But it's a really good goat, man.
Right?
I want Hockey to do a full commission for us. The goat, man, that's great. Thank you so much, Hockey. We got to help you get your hat.
Yes.
Do you want to? We're gonna add the tragedy page back in, or do we want to appreciate? Hey, I want my goat back. We want to appreciate this for just one more moment.
Hey, Tyler John Talk says that Mike DeBalfo cover is fire.
Tyler likes Mike.
The Neff nudge is real. I like it.
Yes, we finally found what it's called.
Yes, the Neff
nudge.
Very nice.
Very good, very good. I'm loving the DeCastro and Nino Towski covers. I know, right?
Yeah, DeCastro won the cover contest. I have a cover contest before each book, and he won it. This I love. Anvu, I call it the Puppet Master. It's symbolic of how her adoptive father manipulates her. It's very powerful. I love that cover too. Yeah. And the one before
I like the Anvu sketch
by
cards.
Sean Carlson. The one above it was really nice too.
The sketch covers by Anbu are really gorgeous. Those are
Yeah, they're like you said, there really are no bad covers. Yeah, I really like the dragon one. That's my favorite. I saw you post that on Facebook, I think, when you first added it. I was like, oh, it's so good. I love it. And this is the John Ottinger.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a very creative mind. He has his Dweors that he does.
You should say hi to Tyler too, because Tyler came in.
I did say hi to Tyler, and I put up his comment saying that cover was fire.
Yeah. Hi Tyler.
He pays attention.
Needs another drink.
I guess so.
Ray Acevedo with background and colors by Amato Zapata. That's a bullseye, but if you look, the newspaper's in the one set of rings, the other rings are theater.
It's very cool. You always have really awesome covers. I have to say, like you have a lot of them, but they're all really good.
This is Marco Carrillo with inks by Gary Giroux and colors by Antonio Diaz. Gary's a really good guy. I consider a friend.
Yeah, like this time it was actually really hard for me to pick my favorite.
I've been told this was everybody's favorite batch of covers, actually. This is James Avila. He was at CreatorCon last week. He's a local here in Long Island. Everybody loves superhero landings.
Yeah.
Angel Manuel Lopez, he does digital art, and this came out like a movie poster. I thought it was really cool, and it really has a lot to do with the end of book 1.
I like this one too. This was my second favorite.
Yeah, that's the one that won the cover contest. Kevin Anthony DeCastro. He did everything.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah, the colors just make it pop. And then Maura Marie does the trade dresses, and she does a great job on that. And of course, the Eric Niltowski. And if you like the Mike DeBalfo cover, I do a comic size print of his actual original submitted cover. So it's $5. You could get that as an add-on, and you can frame them next to each other, and they're the same size. That's the book of covers.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that has about 40, 50 covers. Ian Churchill, Larry Stroman, Sean Chen, Will Spertasio, a bunch of people in there. Tyler Kirkham is in there.
This is the art print you're talking about, where you can get. Very cool.
It looks original.
On the screen,
well, no, that's a print
of it. Yeah.
It's because Phil keeps all his original art. He never sells any of it.
Yep.
Nope.
He leaves it to his daughters, but I'm going to buy them a goat. And somehow that means
that you can get the original art. I don't know where you're going with that.
Me neither. Just leave me alone.
Those are die-cut stickers if you want to buy as add-ons. The Ian Churchill version of Tragedy, and then Rob Powers did The Mask.
Very cool.
Those are 5x7 prints, a set of 3. I kind of liked the Batman animated series style to them, so they were pretty cool. Yeah. And those chippy prints, those were stretch goals, free stretch goals in tiers 1 and in book campaigns 1 and 2 by Rob Powers. You can get them as add-ons now if you missed 1 and 2. If we get to 12,000, the third print, chibi print, is going to be unlocked for free.
Oh, cool.
Well, I mean, I guess that's cool. Awesome. We'll get that on the way to the goat.
You can make any one of the books a virgin version, a foil version, or a virgin foil version.
Nice.
I love you.
Very cool. Oh, we may have to make ours foil.
Well, see, that's the thing. The one problem that I have with campaigns like Phil's is that I am, as we have already established, a butterfly. I land on something for 5 seconds and then I'm off.
Then you're gone.
So when I see all of these options, I'm like, ooh, I want that. I want that. I want that. Let's go to the check. Yeah, whatever. I'm not doing the checkout. I need someone stable and grounded with their feet on the, on the floor to actually go through and click the things while I go run around in circles.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one problem that I have with campaigns. I have so many wonderful options like this. Luckily I have a frequency girl.
I just want to reiterate, I had someone say, oh, the variants, you're just milking. But no, I have a book of covers, so you don't have to buy all the variants. And I will have a book of covers after this in the next campaign, so you don't have to buy all these covers. I'm not trying to make people spend money they don't really want to spend or shouldn't spend. As you can see behind me, I'm a lover of art. I'm a collector of art. I'm an art rep. I just enjoy art, and I enjoy employing artists.
Would you take my goat down? I like my goat. Put my goat back.
Okay.
No, let me
Goat
take it
is
down.
back.
I take it down.
Oh my god.
It's missing the cow, the little bell. I mean, in the front.
Would you put a little bell
Yeah,
on your goat
that's
to make
what-
sure that you knew where it was when it wandered around the
D-Bag wants
house?
to know where's Viper's blinged out collar
Blinged
because the name of the goat
Is now Viper, apparently.
Yes.
Apparently, the goat has been named Viper. We have
Yes.
named it. This goat that doesn't even exist yet. We have to get Tragedy to 15K. Ladies and gents and everyone in
Cowards
between.
don't even ba.
We have to get this book to 15K. It is coming to Indiegogo. So
It
tell your
is.
brother, tell your mother, tell your sister, tell some random mister. Let's get Tragedy $15,000. I don't want to see Phil get a goat.
It
Yes.
has to do 15,000 on Kickstarter. Don't make this easy.
No,
on her.
no, you
Yes,
never
yes,
said that.
yes,
That was
yes,
never
yes.
part of the deal. You said Tragedy had to get to 15,000.
I
You
said
didn't
this
say it had to be
campaign.
platform exclusive. I don't know. I'm gonna call shenanigans. Shenanigans.
So
I'm not letting my wife watch this because she's gonna get that in her head now.
I'll have to message her on that.
he's starting to sweat now.
Well, there's
You
10
don't
days to
even
go.
know.
You have like $4,116.
You're like
Yeah,
slowly mapping out
Yes,
the
that's what I'm
numbers.
talking.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you, if I made that money and broke 15,000 in 10 days, not only will I get her a goat, I will video me doing the worst Irish jig on my lawn possible. All right.
You have to include Indie Goat.
Maybe I'll call it that, the Indiegogo campaign. If I
Do
can
it.
get the
Do-
goat,
I mean,
I'll credit
honestly, dude,
Mo.
you could pick up over twice the amount that you got doing the random. It wasn't really random, but like the separate campaign that you did on Indiegogo. Because you cleared like 2K last time. You
Yeah,
could
both
clear
times, yeah.
5K over there. You could do it if you just combine the two. And honestly, I'm going to say it for like the last time now. Just port the campaign over.
Well,
And if you
what he
wanna-
had said before was he thought that's what was happening.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
he
that's
was
what was
looking for.
happening, but then I
Okay,
realized
well, let
there's
us
no
do it this
trailer.
time.
There was no
I heard
trailers on
myself.
those campaigns, so
I did something bad to my finger. I don't know how it happened.
Sorry, everyone.
You have to fix it.
Math on streams. Don't try this at home, kids. It's true, especially
Meth
when
on
you're
streams
me.
either.
That's
Um,
also true. No math, no math. You know,
No
we're a
Neff.
crack only house.
Yeah, we are
Right
crack.
now
What have you been doing?
right
So,
now we've hit that lull. So I'd be happy to just get over 11,000 at this point.
Oh, we can totally do that in 10
Yeah,
days.
the the sketch cover alone is going to cover that, and then there's always a little bit of the pile on, and the
I
thing
really
is,
that
like
last
we,
minute
didn't
rush.
go yet. I'm shocked
Do
that
people
Billy's
not know
cover didn't go
about it?
yet.
We'll have to make sure that people know about.
Yeah, he even posted Tragedy on the She campaign, so I'm surprised it hasn't gone.
Yeah, it looks really good. I understand you hurt your finger. We'll get you a band-aid after.
You
it's
didn't
like
kiss
my
it
name.
better.
I'm sorry.
It's worrying me.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't like stab things and bend things while you're on stream because you're bored.
Not
Not bored, but like
I'm totally having a great time. No,
It's not that
you've
you're
offended our guests.
I
That's
didn't
it.
mean.
We're gonna end the stream now. Phil, do you want to get the
I
last
didn't mean
word?
bored. I meant like antsy. Like you can't. I don't always say the word that
It's
I want
hot
to
down
say
here.
when I'm trying to
You
say
made it. You made it hot. It's too hot. That's what it is. It's too hot
You're antsy. Is
Yeah,
what I meant
because
to
it's too
say.
hot.
I can't speak.
Well, it's okay. I
I
apparently
did
can't
not
touch
mean.
things.
I did not mean.
No,
to
you
say.
did. And that way, it's. Don't get hung up on it. We were teasing.
Is she concerned about me? Oh, I don't take offense to that. Even if he was bored, I'm good.
You would have to let me say, Phil, I'm bored. I want to like just stop the stream now. And, like,
Even
end
if
it.
he was bored, it's like,
Is
hey,
that
okay,
the
I'm not for everybody.
He's always like, he'd be like, all right, you're bored. I still got backers. F you, dude.
No, I honestly, you have to have a thick skin. When you create, you're kind of putting your soul out there, whether you're an artist, a writer, or a musician, and there's always going to be someone who's got something to say, and you have to have a thick skin. It's not for everybody, but I dare you to buy it and find out. right?
Really?
Try and find out and then
We
tell me if it's not for you.
We got Collision Bomb in the chat. Thank you so much for
Hey,
tuning in,
Collision
Collision
Wait,
Bomb.
Collision Bomb was here before, I thought.
I mean,
Maybe
maybe,
not.
but I didn't say hello.
Okay, that's fine. Mo says I would be the first to get bored, and I would let everyone know. So we're all safe as long as Mo Biggs is not bored.
Oh, D-Wag gonna bust some hot beat rhyme things.
Apparently, Neff can't talk to
Viper the goat got me captivated. If you go at the goat sideways, then goat mode getting cracktivated. Spitting that hot fire that'll make the girls holla, but still so icy with diamond rock collar. Yo, gotta holla at my boy D-Wag. That's
He was honoring your request, Mo, I think, even before you did it. You said it.
See, yeah, there it is, and that's like Steve Worcester would be impressed with those lyrical skills. D-Wag, it's clear that you two been spending a lot of time together. He's been rubbing off.
Okay.
Word. All right. So, do you want to get the last word? Is there any advice other than develop a thick skin that you can give to younger creators who are looking to follow in your footsteps?
As a married man, I'm surprised I'm getting the last word.
It's rare. Take this opportunity.
No, honestly, I just want to say I really feel that. I mean, I know every creator says this and they're biased, and maybe I am, but I feel like it's a quality book. I think it was written fairly well. I think it stands up to any book on the stands right now. It's maybe even better than the crap that's out there. There's no preaching in my book. It's just a story to get you away from all the nonsense. And I really believe in it. I want to say thank you to everybody that's backed. And if not one other person backs again, I'm still excited and happy and thankful that I can do this. But I ask you, give it a shot. I mean, for $18, you get the first 3 issues in PDF. There's no shipping. There's no fulfillment. It's just, boom, you get the PDF. And $18 gets you 94 pages of story. The first book was 30 pages. The second one was 28. And this one is 36. I don't write for page count. I write for story because that's what matters. So please, if you like action, if you like sci-fi, if you like Chinese mysticism and martial arts, if you like a human story that you can relate to, I think you're really going to enjoy it. And if not, if you just like really cool art, we got a ton of that. So
That's true.
Give it a shot.
Yeah,
if you don't like it, you don't like it,
yep,
but you got to give it a shot.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Phil. We're glad you had a good time. We really want you to get that goat.
Yes.
We're gonna tell your wife to make you include the Indiegogo campaign, which we are going to port over for you when Tragedy wraps up.
The deal.
Well, he acts like he wrote the deal. Your wife signed, buddy. We just needed your thumbprint. We got that when you were sleeping. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We always appreciate your viewership. Thank you so much for backing Tragedy, helping Phil out. We're really glad that we had such a good time tonight. Don't forget to tune in next time, and you can do that by
on Wednesday when we have Submarine Treehouse on his launch day for his next company.
After he does his own launch stream on his channel. It'll just be a big old party, whole big long day of party.
Hail the stretch goat.
That's exactly what it is too.
It is.
Who is Mo Biggs in real life?
That is the eternal question.
That is the eternal question. Yeah. Mo Biggs is the internet entity. We are not convinced Mo is actually a person. They may be a quantum intelligence beyond our comprehension. They may be the internet itself.
Well, because Mo is always cool to me when I'm on any show that they come into the chat, and they're also very clever. So I was just wondering.
Oh yeah, and the other thing is Mo is everywhere. If you go to any of the concurrent running streams that we know Mo frequents that are on right now, Mo is in that chat. Guaranteed. Like you can go to another stream, like just see who's going right now.
That's because you're playing 2D chess and he's playing 3D chess.
Mo plays like
4 or 5D. I don't know. He's making a new dimension.
Yeah, lots of new dimensions. What's going on right now? Look, I just clicked over to let's see if
he's
what?
You're distracted. We were signing off.
Oh, we were signing off. Right. Thank you so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, and clicking the bell for notifications.
And tuning into the frequency.
So you want to do the outro, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the outro.
See you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.